had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. It felt like I never even had a say. But then you came along.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Hello, I'm Becky Smith, President of the Board of Directors of CASA of South Central Missouri. Each year we look forward to joining with our supporters at our Justices Serve breakfast and having some great food served by our circuit judges. Unfortunately, 2020 had some different plans for us. From quarantining and lockdown to distance learning and the lack of human touch with hugs and handshakes that we're all so used to, it has been quite a challenge. So instead of coming to you from behind a podium, this year I'm here at Lions Club Park in Rolla with my family, social distancing with mask at hand, and having a little bit of family time. My husband Chris and my daughter Audrey are here with me today to share a little bit about why we support CASA and how you can be a part of giving hope to the children in our community who are in need.
So when my mom started working with CASA, I asked what it was, and I now know that it helps kids like me who are abused and neglected by people who they thought they could trust. And I'm so glad to have parents like my mom and my dad who care for me and help me find hope in every day. And even as I have my teenage moments, they still really care.
Not only does Becky support CASA through her service on the board, but as a family, we support through our giving of our time and our monthly giving. We're grateful that we're fortunate enough to have a safe and healthy home, and we feel that it's important to be able to provide that to every child in the community, regardless of who they are.
I am so thankful for these two, not only for their support of me and the time that I give to CASA, but also for their individual support of this amazing organization as well. We invite your family to join ours in bringing hope to the children in our community.
Mom, I think they want us to stop talking and get this thing started.
Absolutely. As is typical, my daughter is right. We hope you enjoy our presentation. Thank you for joining our family today as we
help,
give
hope.
My name is Mark Calvert. I'm Associate Circuit Judge in Phelps County. I handle the family court, which includes the juvenile court. It's my privilege to talk a little bit about CASA and what they do for the kids in juvenile court today. One of the things that we really try to focus on is having CASA volunteers appointed to one family. And the benefit of that is that their attention is not divided. They can focus on these children or this particular child and really represent that child's best interests in court. The juvenile court system is set up mainly as a treatment court situation, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to reunify the children with their parents. And the focus is on the children, and so we're really trying to benefit the children in trying to preserve the family that they're used to, preserve that family unit, and make sure that it's a safe and appropriate environment for them. The biggest advantage that the CASA workers give us is just the amount of time that they can devote to that particular family in giving the child some consistency, giving the child some hope that they can reunify with their parents, and that situation is going to be safe and appropriate for them. In Phelps County, we have approximately 200 kids in care, and the CASA organization has done a phenomenal job of getting volunteers. I think they're up above 100 volunteers now, and a lot of those volunteers are based in Phelps County, but we still have a huge need because we have probably over half the kids still without CASA volunteers, or it's right around a half. So the more people we can get into the CASA program to get trained and help these children, the better these children are going to be. And we're really trying to stop the cycle of violence. We're trying to stop the cycle of drug use. We're trying to stop the cycle of kids doing the same things their parents have done to them. And we've seen success. I've seen it in my time in the juvenile court. The last 5-6 years that we've been doing this, that I've been doing this as judge, it's made a tremendous difference, the increased numbers in the CASA volunteers.
We decided to become CASA advocates because I've always had in my heart that I wanted to be foster parents one day, and God had other plans for a little while and blessed us with 2 surprise kiddos. We had our other ones almost out of the house, so kind of starting over now. And then I met Matt Evans, the director, and he just spoke to me a lot about what CASA advocates do, and it really spoke to my heart. So it's a direction that we decided to do, so I brought Kevin into it.
I was interested in CASA because I care about kids, and in order to give back to the community and help a child in any type of way would be a rewarding feeling. And the kids are our future, so if we're not here to help them out, who is? So that's why I got into it.
I believe in CASA because our children need a voice in court. They need somebody who can advocate for them and who knows them and their personal situation. And without CASA, no other state agency can do that.
So we love kids. So that was the number one thing that was the draw. And then, knowing these kids don't have a voice and needed somebody to stand up for them, needed somebody to look out for them, needed somebody to care for them.
I served 12 years in the military. I'm now in the field of IT, but I grew up kind of in one of those situations that those kids end up in. So what I really wanted to do was give back, hopefully through my experiences, to the children and better their lives any way I can and give them any type of positivity.
CASA gives hope to children because prior to CASA, these children didn't even have their basic needs met. They weren't fed, they were hurt, their schoolwork wasn't getting done, they may not have even been going to school. They did not know what stability meant. And because of CASA, because a person goes in and meets that child, they can have the hope that they will not only no longer be hungry, but that their life can include everything from school to laughter to extracurricular activities, and they know their futures can get better.
These kids that maybe couldn't ever speak out about problems before, you just become really close with them and you know that you're there for them and that you'll be their voice, so they don't have to step out of their comfort zone and talk about things they don't want to. And it's just nice to kind of feel like you put a superhero armor on for these kids.
It's rewarding. Yeah. And just from your experience of the bond that we've and the connection we've built with the kids we're working with, it's like a really amazing feeling because you can tell that whenever we contact them or visit them in person, how excited they are to see us and how much of an impact we are truly making on their life. So it's definitely rewarding.
Yeah, to add to that, it is extremely rewarding. The children are, you can see the transition in them over a period of time. Mm-hmm. From when they are not as comfortable with you to when they are comfortable with you, and you start to really build that relationship, and you can really create change for them, and I think that's what's important.
Every single CASA we have that takes a case makes a change in someone's life. A small 3 to 4 hours a month volunteer position will literally change the entire life of a child in care.
One case in particular that really sticks out with us is a group of boys, all brothers, that we got to start the journey with them when it was really rough, and to see the way that they have grown just over the last year of being introduced to this is how you do school in a different way, this is how you speak on conflict in different ways, and to see them understand that and retain it is just an amazing experience to watch them just grow within a year before your eyes.
That same group of boys as well, when you really get down to this, you learn a lot yourself from these kids. The oldest one of those kids was basically the father figure in his house at 12 years old. He was looking out for his little brothers, he was feeding them, he was cleaning the house, he was taking care of everything as a 12-year-old. He was dumpster diving as a 12-year-old to make sure that they were fed. And to see his, as Tanya just said, to see his progression and to see the changes in his life, to see the changes in his outlook, to see the smiles on his face, to talk to him about his girlfriend, to talk to him about the the play that he's in school, to talk to him about the different things in life, and to see him actually enjoying life now. That's just as full for us as it is for the kids.
For CASAs, our CASAs only need to spend a few hours a month. They make one trip, they might make one court appearance, but that one trip to visit that child is the first bit of permanency that child may have ever known. That trust building, that care, knowing that they are important, is the first time this child has ever experienced that in their life. That's why being a CASA is important.
There are so many cases and so many kids that need your assistance and that need your help within the local community. So please take time to really think about all those children throughout your county, throughout the local community, and throughout the United States that can benefit from your help.
Hope, stability, permanency, change, and family.
Care, attention, love, respect, patience.
Hope, definitely.
Caring,
change, dedication, and
I would say rewarding.
yeah, definitely.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Good morning. I'm Matthew Evans, Executive Director of CASA of South Central Missouri. We hope that you found our presentation today to be enjoyable and that some of the stories and information that we've shared with you about our program have been things you didn't know before. I also want to take a moment to thank our volunteers, our staff, and our board for the amazing work that they do every day for our children. Today you got to hear from some of them. Becky Smith, our board president, and her family shared why they support CASA. Our judge, Mark Calvert, along with all of our judges, worked tirelessly to ensure that our children's needs are being met. And then finally, you got to hear from Greg and Dawn Mitchell, Kevin and Tanya Griffin, and Corey Crum about their stories and their families and why they are part of our CASA family. This presentation has been like none other we've done before. In fact, we anticipated being with you in person for the 10th annual Justices Served. However, when we realized we couldn't do that, we decided to rename it the 9th Annual Justices Served 2.0. This has been a challenge to say the least, and we wish we were there with you. We wish that we were with our CASA family. But no matter how challenging it feels, we know that abused and neglected children who come into care have greater challenges than any of us. They too miss their family. They too deal with a new normal, and that's why CASA is here. Our volunteers work to provide their voice to these children in care, and they advocate and become their friend to make sure that they can help them navigate through their new normal. This year's been like none other. In fact, we've had a challenge as an organization, as our volunteers, and of course the children we serve. Last year we served over 350 children out of 670 in care. That's a lot of kids, but it's not near enough because our mission is to serve every child in care with a CASA who needs one. But I know that with your help, we can make that happen. We don't know what this year is going to bring or what tomorrow will be, but we do know, and I know, that with your support, we can help give hope to every child in care. Therefore, I'm asking you to give again to CASA. If you purchased a virtual ticket, you received a form that you can complete to make a one-time contribution or participate in our monthly giving program. $108 a month provides hope for one more child in care. If 4 people can just give $27 a month, that's enough to do the same thing. If you don't have a form, that's all right. You can go online to our website at casascmo.org and you can fill out your form there, or simply text Vote for Hope to 44321 and give via your smartphone. Overall, I just want to say thank you again for joining us today for our 9th Annual Justices Served 2.0. With your support, our organization at CASA of South Central Missouri can continue throughout this year to help give hope.
Please consider joining our family today to help give hope.
Please consider joining our family today to give hope.
Please consider joining me and my family today to give hope
For a child in the community that's in need.
For a child in need in our community.
to a child in need in our community.
Help! Give hope!